Hi everyone, this is Drishti, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how ClickUp, Zapier, Figma, Amplitude, n8n scale to 100 million plus ARR without ads, and what founders today can learn from all of these companies. So, ClickUp actually reached 20 million ARR in its early stages without relying on ads. n8n scaled to about 40 million ARR. Zapier crossed 100 million without any serious funding. Miro, Figma, Amplitude all generated 40 to 60% of their revenue through inbound growth. And all of them today have scaled beyond ARR. What's the crazy part? None of these companies relied on ads, cold outreach, large sales teams, or even founder-led content to achieve that growth. Instead, all of these companies actually built growth systems and processes that generated 60%, up to 60% of their revenue completely inbound. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact GTM strategies that these companies used, growth levers behind their success, and the mistakes most founders make today. Using Webflow, WordPress, Framer, or similar platforms, in this video, I'm definitely going to explain how you're limiting your growth levers and what to do instead. So let's dive right into what is the biggest misconception about ads today and what do most founders think growth comes from. So most founders today think that growth comes from running more ads, hiring more SDRs, getting more referrals, sending more cold emails. But these companies have proved to us that this is not the truth. These companies like ClickUp, Zapier, n8n played a completely different game. Instead of buying and renting attention, they built assets. Assets that bring them high intent qualified customers, signups, demos, revenue every single day. The result has been that their customer acquisition cost has gone down while the competitors kept spending more and more for every customer. So, in this video, I'm going to explain to you what are exactly these growth infrastructures that these companies built. Let's talk about it with examples. Most companies think that marketing and technology are separate, but the best GTM strategy is to combine both. Product-led growth is about connecting the right product positioning with the problems that you are solving. Communicating this value in a very simple way is the way that we can make sure our customers start using our product and start adopting to our product. These examples of these companies are actually showing us how they used problems that their users had and how they helped them solve it before they even booked a demo. Building these tools have actually helped them educate their users, initiate adoption of their own product, and create demand at the same time. Let's look at certain examples. Today, if I search for a free wireframing tool, we will find Figma popping up. At the same time, if we search for a free whiteboard, we will be able to see Miro popping up. And this is the way that these companies have created product-led growth levers, which their users could start interacting with before they even paid. Similarly, what did Zapier and n8n do? Most SaaS companies create blogs like what is a workflow? What is automation? Company news, company product updates. All of these pages might actually bring traffic, but they rarely convert. Zapier, n8n took a completely different approach. Instead of writing about automation, what they did was create pages that solved exact problems their users were searching for. So every integration became a landing page. Every workflow became another page. Every template was a searchable content. Searches like connect Notion to Gmail, Slack to HubSpot, AI agent workflow, all of these is what Zapier dominated. Built thousands of integration pages, creating massive engine. n8n actually went one step further. Its community created templates, integrations, tutorials, workflows, and YouTube videos. Every contributor was a marketer. Every workflow became a growth lever. Product usage created content. Content brought traffic. Traffic brought users, and users created even more content. That's a growth flywheel. The result? Millions of organic visitors, hundreds of thousands of users, and over 100 million ARR for Zapier, while n8n scaled to 40 million largely without any paid position. These high intent integration and workflow pages typically convert up to 40% better than generic blog content. Let's look at Notion and Canva. They do build products which let their users start engaging with their platform without any barriers. And that is why today Notion and Canva both have been able to scale without the need of heavily relying on ads. Similarly, ClickUp. ClickUp strategy is something which we believe that is something that we can already start doing without the need of any crazy tools and all that. So let's look at ClickUp. For ClickUp, most people think that ClickUp won because of content. That's only partially true, because the real reason they won is because they owned every stage of the buyer journey. So from top of the funnel where people were searching what is project management, to the bottom of the funnel where people were comparing ClickUp with their competitors, all of this was dominated and won by ClickUp. Every template that they created became an SEO page, a lead magnet, a product demo, a conversion asset. All of these assets are doing multiple jobs. Today, the organic traffic is worth millions of dollars annually, not because they publish more content, but because they built content systems. For more details on this particular topic, go to case studies on eru.com and check out all the case studies that we have broken down in details exclusively for businesses like you. So let's talk about why most companies hit a growth ceiling and how to break this pattern. I might lose a few people here, but most companies still think that marketing and technology are separate functions. They are not. The biggest GTM advantage today comes from combining product, engineering, and marketing to reduce friction, acceleration, adoption, and build scalable inbound acquisition. That's exactly what companies like ClickUp, Zapier, and n8n did. So if you look at the technology they use, it's Next.js and Strapi. Next.js for Zapier again. We have ClickUp using Next.js as well as SuperDemo using Sanity and Next.js. Unfortunately, many CMOs and GTM leaders don't have a strong technical foundation. Because of that, they often overlook growth strategies that require engineering. You can't leverage capabilities you don't know are possible. And they have already limited themselves by building their entire marketing website on WordPress, Webflow, or Figma. These platforms are excellent for publishing content and landing pages, but they're not designed for power complex growth systems. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight where others have like strong guns. So the best SaaS companies don't treat their websites as a brochure. They treat it like a product. Instead of just publishing blogs, they build growth levers such as free tools, programmatic SEO, integration directories, dynamic content, and workflow galleries, comparison pages, calculators. These assets become organic acquisition channels that continuously generate qualified inbound traffic. What n8n, ClickUp, Sarvam AI did, they use their website like an interactive AI tool and a product level growth asset because they were not stuck with traditional website stacks. This is the reason why category leaders today invest in modern frameworks like Next.js, Nuxt, or Astro combined with headless CMS such as Sanity, Directors, Payload, or Strapi. That architecture gives them complete flexibility to build virtually any growth lever while still allowing marketers to manage content without developer involvement. The result is a faster website, better SEO, higher conversion rates, and a platform that scales as the business grows. So ask your CTO, CMO, or VP of engineering one tool which is going to help us with engage users on the website. And if the answer is no, it's because you are not building a growth engine, you're building a marketing website. And that's exactly why you should stop using Webflow, Framer, or WordPress. There is a huge difference between building a brochure and building a growth engine. And in 2026, your focus should be building a growth engine. What is it that we should do to actually build these growth levers? Instead of asking, how do I get more traffic? Let's ask the better question. What can I build once that generates traffic for years? Because traffic is temporary, and traffic without conversion, it's just noise. What we do need to build is assets that compound. Highest performing companies aren't publishing more blogs. They are finding the right positioning and building correct systems which actually help them scale without double efforts. So they're building comparison engines, template libraries, directories, integration ecosystems, product-led SEO assets. So what are the channels that they're using to do so? They are effectively across all the sectors of marketing, of course, all the sectors of building a business, a product, and growth. But their focus is on cheaper methods and slower methods, which eventually build a scalable system of growth. So if you have to take only 3 takeaways from this video so far, I would want you to remember these 3 things. Stop thinking about campaigns and start thinking about systems. Build assets that compound, templates, directories, workflows, comparisons, integrations. And lastly, make your product part of the acquisition journey and not the end of it. Best SaaS companies today don't separate product and marketing, they merge them. That's exactly what Zapier did, exactly what ClickUp did, exactly what n8n did. So, if this video gives you a new way to think, please share it with your team. You can absolutely build these systems in-house, but finding the right people, defining the strategy, and building the growth levers are something which typically takes about 6 to 8 months. Or you can work with us. Again, so I'm Drishti, founder and CMO of Aero, where we help similar businesses achieve sustainable growth through organic systems. One company example here is a 3 million sales pipeline in just 6 months and hundreds of qualified meetings. And we have multiple other examples as well, screenshots for you to look into here. And how were we able to do that? Again, going back to the concept of positioning and data consistency across multiple platforms, similar to what ClickUp did. As you can see, it shows on YouTube, shows up on LinkedIn, shows up on their own website, multiple different sources of information to answer the questions that their users are searching for. Similarly, what we did for our client, and you can see YouTube video ranking as well as some blog content that we're pushing for them. Why is it so? Because AI today is citing not just your website or high domain websites, but other third-party websites or content engines like Reddit, Wikipedia, LinkedIn, YouTube, Quora, all of this. So if you today want to work with us and want to ensure that 40 to 60% of your organic pipeline comes in through inbound channels, then this is the right video for you, and we are the right team to work alongside yours. So what is the first thing that we're going to do? We're going to look into your positioning. We're going to make sure we have a strong GTM strategy here to unlock and build scalable group team. Second, we're going to help you rank on Google, AI engines, and build authority across all platforms where your users are looking for you. Next, we're going to go into Reddit. We have about access to more 100% accounts. Make sure we create an organic push view in those platforms as well. As at the same time, this gets picked up by AI. Another thing we're going to do, we're going to help you build video content on YouTube. As you can see here, video is the future of language for enterprises. We want to ensure that you have a complete YouTube presence because it not just helps you be more reliable and trustworthy as an organization, as a tool, as a system, it also helps you be visible to your customers. So if all of this interests you, reach out to me, reach out to my team, and we're more than happy to help you. Thank you. Have a good day.